Hi, and welcome to my channel. My name is Amanda, and it's time for the next round of the Book Quest TBR game. Okay, I'm going to be right here for a second. Django's coming to say hi. This up here is my little character. If you haven't been here before, this is the third round since January, and I'm only using this game board for January, February, and March. I've already created the new one for April, May, and June, which will be coming up later. What I have decided I'm going to do this last round is I am going to roll a D4 instead of a D6. So I just want it to take longer, number one, and I'm also thinking that we might get to go on land on different things if I'm not rolling a d6. So let me go get the coin, because the first thing we have to do is flip a coin and the dice. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is flip the coin. It automatically flipped when I loaded it up, but I didn't look at it. So we're going to flip it when I get over there. And if we get heads, we're going on the blue path. If we get tails, we're going on the green path. So that is all that matters. So let's flip again and find out. We've so far been on both paths. Okay, we're going on the green path. So unless I roll a 1, we're going to be doing green prompts until we get to here, and then we'll do blue prompts to finish it out. So for the dice roller, a D4 is what we're rolling. Oh, it's just a 1. Okay, so I am right here on blue number 1. Let me go look and see. Blue 1 is first letter, last letter. So I am currently reading this book, Long Live Evil. I'm going to finish it later tonight, and it ends with an L. So over here on this side, I have an H, an M, an S. Oh, I can take these off almost. My M's, I need to wait until I get there. Anyway, W, J, E, R, E, N, G, F, T, F, Y. I do not have a book that starts with an L. Okay, let's see if I have an author that starts with an L. Y'all, what in the world? None of them even have authors that start with an L. And an L is not even a hard word. Okay, so I'm going to look and see which ones have words in the title that start with an L. So I know we have How to Become the Dark Lord and Die Trying. We have The Mapping of Love and Death. Why the Last Man. The Easy Life in Kamusari. And that's it, those 4. So I'm going to pick How to Become the Dark Lord and Die Trying, because that is one of the 2 books that I have left to read for the month of February. So that is what I'm going to pick. Let me copy it. I'm going to put it over here since it's about to be picked, and I'm going to put it right here on number 1. Now, I'm hoping that we don't roll 1s the whole time, but we'll see. Anyway, my plan is to break this one into a few different episodes, and I'm going to read probably 4 books per episode, something like that. We'll see how far I am at 4 books, maybe if I roll a 4 every time. But I'm going to go ahead and move my little thing down this way to remind myself that I've already flipped a coin and we're moving down the green path. Otherwise, I'll probably forget. But I'm going to read How to Become the Dark Lord and Die Trying by Django Wexler. And I will come back and check in with y'all when I have finished reading it, and we will roll and see what's next. If you are wanting to play this game and you don't know that I do viewer rolls for you guys, each month I have done one set of viewer rolls. So for March, which is the month that we're closest to, probably in by the time you see this video, the March video is already posted, and I will link it up here right on top of my head. And if you want to go watch it and choose your books for March, I would love to have you join us. And I will be back to check in a little bit. Okay, so here we go. Food coloring. I've got yellow, red, and blue. I'm going to try to do a summer scene, and I'm going to just do it right here. Our snow is already starting to melt. So I'm going to try to do a sun and then a little house. That's my plan. Okay. Oh, that does not look yellow. It looks more like a fire than a sun. Our roof on the house is going to be blue. Django, back up. Okay. It looks like a snow cone now. Hold on, I gotta add more blue to the roof. Okay, so here is my house and my son. Yeah, it's very windy, but it's not very cold today. So, well, Django's shivering, but that's because he refuses to go inside. Anyway, so, yeah, I did it. I'm going to take a picture of it, and we'll see what it looks like maybe tomorrow. Also, my hands are now colored. Okay. I want to see people who have done this. Maybe they did their food coloring in a different kind of container, because mine clearly did not squirt. It more dribbled out. Okay, I am not quite done with How to Become the Dark Lord and Die Trying. I'm like 70 to 75% of the way through. I think I have a couple of hours left, but I'm going to be shutting down my computer in just a little bit because I am going to be taking a trip. And so I want to go ahead and do my next roll, and then the rest of them will be on my phone. So we will be switching to my phone to read the rest of the books while I'm gone. But I want to go ahead now and do the next roll. Okay, so here we go. Rolling a D4. Oh my gosh. I knew this was going to come back to bite me. I'm going down here. So I'm on green number 1, a cover color. Okay. Here are all of my covers. Let me get a color wheel. I don't have a ton. Oh, no, I want like a color spinner wheel. Color wheel picker. Here we go. A wheel of colors. Nice. Okay, these are good. These are broad enough that I should be able to make any of my books fit. I get a little bit, oh my gosh, lime. Oh my goodness. All right, let's see. Lime. Okay, here is the lime color next to my stuff. What do I even have that has lime on it? Nothing. I mean, I could do green. This right here, the background of this is blue. I mean, that's definitely what I would consider to be blue, but it's the closest to lime that we have. So I guess I'm going to have to do that. I mean, let me spin again. Let's just see if I get another one that's like a perfect match. Deep orange. Well, deep orange. I mean, I could do this. What do we think? The Plotters, that's definitely, well, The Cabin at the End of the World is that's kind of reddish orange though. And that's technically one of my March books I'm not supposed to read yet. So I don't want to do that. So I'm going to go with Eric up here. That's going to be the closest color to lime that I have. Okay, and I've got to read these books a lot faster if I'm going to do one thing every time. That is just the worst. I cannot roll a 1 every time. That's ridiculous. But anyway, I'm technically still here on the Dark Lord. I'm going down to read Eric next. At least it's a small book. I should be able to finish it relatively quickly. And then the rest of them you will see on my phone. Bye. I mean, not bye, but I'll see you in a minute. Okay, I know I said I wasn't going to be back here, but I just finished reading, hold on, How to Become the Dark Lord and Die Trying by Django Wexler. I had so many different feelings going in this book, back and forth from this is really good to this is really annoying and all feelings in between. I think I landed, though, on this is good. I'm going to give it 4 stars. It was definitely better than the last book I read, which is Long Live Evil. But they both had that same kind of isekai where you go to a different world than where you came from. And that's actually where Django said he got his inspiration is from one of those stories. It is definitely a more adult version of Long Live Evil, but both of them, the reason I'm comparing them is because both of them also have sequels that are coming out or are already out. And I would read another book in this world. I don't know that I would read one in the other one. So that's why this one got a higher rating by half a star. So anyway, this follows our main character who is a human, and she's found herself she found herself whisked away. And I don't know that she remembers or that we get any information about how that happened, because when we meet her, she's already in this fantasy world. She's been there for 1,000 years at least, a long time. And every time she dies, she starts back over, like a Groundhog Day situation, but not just sleeping. You have to die. And she decides that her mission every time she's been in here has been to try to protect the humans or try to protect this group. I think they're humans. I don't know for sure. But that's what she's been trying to do. And she's so over it that she's like, I am becoming the Dark Lord this time. So that's what this is about, her deciding that instead of following the person that she meets that says, like, you've been brought here for this reason, she says, forget that. I'm going to be the Dark Lord. And so she goes on that journey, and this is what happens. So I did like it. There were some moments in here that I thought were really funny. There were some moments in here where I was like, Davi, I need you to make better choices. Also, Davi, the Dark Lord, that sounds way too close to Dobby from Harry Potter. And that's all I could think in my head was that the Dark Lord Dobby, like, not even sort of scary. So anyway, I will read the next one in the series. Yes, I am tired. It's not even that late at night, but it is clearly time for me to go to bed. Our flight is really early in the morning. So I'm going to go up to bed. I'm going to read a little bit of Eric as I'm falling asleep. And then I will definitely be on my phone next time when I update you for where I am in Eric. So I'll see you in a minute. Okay, I'm not even going to say that I'm not going to be at my computer next time because I probably will be sitting here. I am literally waiting for some things to upload. And because I'm waiting for them to upload, I can't leave the computer because then it shuts down and they stop. Anyway, things happen. And I have 3 videos left that are uploading. One is at 79%, one is at 71%, and one is at 65%. All of that to say, I have now about an hour left in Eric. I almost said Rincewind because that's who we're dealing with in this. And Eric is a kid that has accidentally summoned Rincewind when he was trying to summon a demon. And anyway, all because like at the moment of summoning the demon, the actual demon that was going to come through the portal, I had to go to the bathroom. Like, it's so dumb. And I love it so much. Okay. Yeah, I have 2 pair of glasses on. It's because I've packed my reading glasses, one set of them I've already packed, and this set is downstairs, and I need to take it upstairs tonight so I can use it when I'm in the bed. So I put it on top of my head so I wouldn't forget to take it upstairs, and I just saw that I have 2 pair of glasses on my head. Whatever. That means that we get to roll again. So here I am up here, being tiny, and I don't have to be that tiny because we're staying on the green path, so I can be this big. Okay, I've already pulled up the dice roller and I canceled out of the D6 that it was rolling because we're rolling a D4. I am here on Eric and I'm almost done. So here we go. D4. Yay! It was not a 1. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Okay, we're on green 4. A Django pick. Okay, he's behind me sleeping in this chair. And let me see what I'm going to do. So I don't want to take a physical book with me on my trip. So I think what I'll do is, all right, first thing I'm going to do is take this little bunny that's adorable. Oh, you can't see it. This little tiny adorable bunny. And I'm going to put it on all the books that I am already reading, that I've already picked to read for the Spring into Readathon, because I know that some of them are already on there. So I need to eliminate those because I can't start those till March 1st. So let me get the bunny put on here on all those and we'll see what we're working with. Okay, so these are my options. I have The Watchmaker of Filigree Street, Station 11, The Plotters, and The Cabin at the End of the World. So technically the Plotters and The Cabin at the End of the World are supposed to start in March. They don't have to for any kind of challenge, except that is the My Country challenge and that is the state challenge. So they're my own made up challenges. So, but I think I'm going to do Station 11 and the Watchmaker. And I have a physical copy of Station 11 right here. And then just another random book that is about the same size that I just got from Barnes & Noble that was sitting over there on my shelves. That's going to be the Watchmaker. It's going to take the place of the Watchmaker. So let me go get the treats. I'm going to film it on my phone, but let me get the treats. I'll definitely need some help setting this up, and we'll let Django pick the next book. Okay, I'm holding Django. I've already put the treats over there on the books. So I'm about to put him down, and he's going to go to, oh, he ate that one first. So not Station 11, but whatever it's called, the Watchmaker. Okay, I just put it right here. The Watchmaker of Filigree Street was Django's pick. I forgot to go over here and change. I finished this. Well, I'm almost finished with it. So yeah, not yet. And then let's put the Watchmaker down here. 318 pages. That won't be bad. So that is what I will be starting as soon as I finish Eric. And then I'm not going to say it, but I think this is going to be the last time I'm going to be on my computer. This is the snow in Virginia that we have seen so far. It all looks like this. Hey, where are we?
We are in the Fairfax County Museum and Visitor Center.
And Visitor Center. This is the history of Fairfax County. Okay, so I'm at my friend's house. I'm listening to The Watchmaker of Filigree Street. I like it, but it's historical fiction, and I don't love historical fiction. I mean, why did I pick this book? I can't even remember why it's on my list, but anyway, I am wearing my hoodie, even though it feels really hot outside. It is in the 40s here, I think. 50s maybe now? 50s. Okay, it was in the 40s this morning when we left, and we went for a little walk. I didn't film any of that. I thought about it, but I was really just enjoying like being outside. There are trees everywhere. It smelled so good, like spring is about to be here. There were birds chirping, like it was my happy place for sure. So I walked, Ron ran. I'm not running, so I walked, and it was just great. And I listened to more of the book. So the Watchmaker, we met him, and I don't know enough about British history or the history between England and Ireland to even know about what was going on, but it's in the 1880s, and there is apparently an Irish gang who is setting off bombs in England, London specifically. And that's where our characters are. We're following two main characters. It's 1884. I thought it was 1888, but the section I just read said 1884. So I guess it's 1884. But anyway, the Home Office, I didn't know the difference in the Home Office and the Foreign Office, but I guess it's exactly like it sounds. Like one office is in charge of things that happened in England or in Britain. I'm not sure how far the Home Office goes. And then the Foreign Office has to be in charge of things that are outside of the country, the best I can tell. Again, that's me just guessing. But anyway, this guy is a telegraph person, a telegraphist, I don't know how they say it. But anyway, I had to switch arms and my arm hurt. Anyway, he went to his room and there was a watch there on the table. I mean, in his room. Like somebody had broken in his room, just left a watch. But it's like an intricately mechanical watch. And it had a little flap on it or something that opened, and he couldn't figure out how to get it open. He was like, oh, well, I'm just going to wear this watch that some person broke in my house and left a watch. I'm just going to wear it. Like, that was the weirdest thing to me. I was like, this man's just wearing this watch. Anyway, so they get a threat that same day from one of these Irish groups that said, I'm going to blow up. We're going to put a bomb at 9 p.m. on this day. Well, so that was 6 months ago. So he's just wearing this watch for 6 months. Well, then one night, that night that the bomb's supposed to go off, nothing happens. And I mean, I guess these are spoilers, but I don't know what's going on in this book. So maybe it's not spoilers. Maybe this has nothing to do with anything. But one night he's sitting in, that night happens, and no bomb goes off. I have to switch hands again. And no bomb goes off, and so his people that were in his coworkers are like, "Hey, let's go get a drink." And so he's like, "All right, let's do that." Which I feel like, you know what? If a bomb was supposed to go off that night at 9 o'clock, maybe not at 9:05 do you go, "Okay, good, no bomb, let's go." Anyway, 9:30, his watch starts making all kinds of noise, like an alarm going off on his watch, which I'm wondering in 1884, what kind of alarm? What's it going to sound like? I don't even know. Like, I need to picture this watch. I need to see it. Anyway, he's at the bar with these people, and he's like, "Oh, sorry," because he can't figure out how to turn his watch off. So he gets up and he goes outside. Well, when he gets outside into the alley, a bomb goes off. And he's only saved because the watch was loud and he left the place that he was in. Everybody else, they didn't all die, but people were getting crushed and knocked around, and he didn't get anything because he was outside when it happened because his alarm went off. And so then he's like, "What is going on? Who made this watch?" So they start looking into that, which I don't know why he didn't do that 6 months ago when a strange watch showed up at his house. Anyway, he's found out all kinds of things about this watch and about the watchmaker. However, we did learn that if a watchmaker puts together the mechanism of the watch in a certain way, that's like their signature. But somebody could have taken the inside of a watch that our watchmaker made and used it in a new watch or in a bomb mechanism, because they did find the mechanism from the bomb. And so he could be being set up, or he could be the one that did it. And so our guy is going to be figuring that out and trying to find out. So it does have a little bit of a mystery in it, but it's not enough of a mystery to make me be like, "Oh, I want to read this book some more." So I'm not actually reading right now. I am watching YouTube videos and waiting for my friend. When she gets off work, we're going out to dinner tonight. Ron and I killed some time this afternoon. We drove around the place that we're wanting to live. We also went to the museum for the county that we live in. So it was nice. And now we're back. He's doing homework because he's lame. He's doing homework and I'm watching YouTube. And I'm making notes about things, specifically things that I want to do with my membership. So those of you who are channel members, watch out, because I got some ideas about things that I want to do, especially once we move and I get settled. So coming this summer, more things for the membership. Okay, that's all. I'll see y'all when I'm done reading this book, probably, because I'll want to roll the dice, or maybe when I'm almost done reading the book, I'll want to roll the dice and see what's next. So maybe I'll film a little bit at dinner tonight, but I don't know. My friends are not really like, let's be on YouTube people, so maybe not. Okay, let's see how long I can hold up my arm today. I finished The Watchmaker of Filigree Street last night, and I don't know how I feel about it. There were parts of it, certainly, that I did not love, but there were parts of it that were really cool, and it was about a part of history that I just did not know about at all. And so that part was interesting, but that was not really what it was about. That was the setting that it was in, but it was about the man that is the transponster.
It has something to do with transponding. Oh, he's a transponster!
He is he works at the office, and he got asked to go live with this watchmaker. Well, observe the watchmaker, and the watchmaker had a room to be rented out, and so he let him do it. But we find out more things about the watchmaker. No, turns out it does hurt my arm still. Anyway, we found out more things about the watchmaker, and there was a secondary storyline about a woman who was at university, and she wanted to be a scientist, and she had an inheritance from her aunt that she couldn't take over without a sponsor / a husband. So she was kind of on the lookout for somebody who would marry her just to help her get her this house so that she could do her experimentation and everything that she wanted to do in this house. And there was also issues in here about the Japanese relationship with people in London at the time, or England in general. And because the watchmaker is Japanese, but also the girl at school has a best friend who is Japanese. And he says, like, well, I can't marry you because my family wouldn't approve of me bringing an ugly woman home, because she's not ugly, but he said, everybody who's not Japanese is ugly. So anyway, it was like a joke that they had between the two of them. And so that storyline meets with the watchmaker and the detective-ish. He's not a detective, but they've asked him to do detecting. And anyway, after they met, things really started to pick up, and they were like, it got exciting at some points, but then also I did not like the choices that were made by the characters. And I really liked those characters at the beginning, so I was really sad about it. I think I'm going to end up with 3.5 stars. I just ultimately, there were so many things about it that I didn't love, but like I said, the premise is very cool. I started Googling like London in 1884, and apparently this was all set in the spring summer of 1884, but apparently in December of 1884, some people who are with the Irish, far out Irish. I'm not saying that this is what the whole Irish, like the whole country of Ireland was in on it, but these people tried to blow up London Bridge, and something happened, and the explosives went off too early and blew up the people who were trying to set the bombs. And they were the only ones that were hurt or that died in that explosion. But anyway, it was a whole series of things from 1841 to 1845. And I forgot what it was called. The Fenian something. I probably should look that up. Anyway, I mean, look it up again so I can tell y'all. But Clan Nagale, which they talk about a lot in this book, is listed there as one of the 3 organizations that were fighting for Irish rights. And so anyway, during those 4-year period, there were a lot of bombs that went off. So it was based in around a time period that was actually happening. It had like a little tiny bit of magical realism, and but it was scientifically explained by her because she was extremely scientifically minded. And so anyway, I'm not going to give away any more about it, because I do think that it's worth reading, even though I gave it 3.5 stars. Some people might really love it. Maybe if you, I don't know, because I don't want to give it comparisons, but I did think about The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue when I was reading it. And, but it's not even that magical. This book is not even that magical. But anyway, that's it. I don't know that I can just blanket recommend it, but I think a lot of people will really like it. Okay, so then I was still in bed and Ron was asleep, so I couldn't talk. And so I just did a photo. What's it called? I just did a screen recording. I'll pop it up right here of my next roll on a D4, which of course I rolled a 1, because why would I not? And then it was a Skeeter pick, which was the green number 5. And I was like, I can't get Skeeter to pick anything. I'm not even at home. And so I went over to blue number 5, and that is a non-50 before 50 book. And I was like, okay, that's what I'm going to do. Like, I just decided that's what I was going to do. And there is one last book that I need to finish for the month of February, and that is Station 11. And it is not a 50 before 50 book. So I started reading it. And I am at the very beginning. I knew that it was a pandemic, but I kind of thought that we were starting after the pandemic was over and not before it even started. So we get to see the very beginning of it, and then it skips forward a number of years. So we miss out on the everybody's trying to escape the cities and everybody's trying to figure out what's going on. Like, we skipped over all those parts, and now we're checking in with people, but I'm still with the first group that we're checking in with. I really hope we get to the main guy that we started the whole book with. I mean, surely we will. Otherwise, why did we waste time with him at the beginning? So anyway, that's it. The very thing opened with a King Lear, and I was like, hey, I just read King Lear a few months ago. But anyway, that's it. I'm reading Station 11, and really hoping that I can finish it by tomorrow night, since that will be the end of February. So I will check back with y'all when I have some thoughts on Station 11. Okay, I am so close to being done with Station 11. I don't know how I feel about it. I have about 45 minutes left. It's very close to a 3.5 to 4 stars. The very end of it is going to push it one way or the other, either 3.5 or 4. I am really tired, but I'm going to make it by the end of February, finishing it. So I'm going to go ahead and do my dice roll. I'll record all that, and then we'll talk about the next book that I'm picking. Okay, so I forgot to record this, and now I'm getting ready for bed, clearly. So I got a 4 on the D4, and that put me on green number 9, which is a buzzword or ALDA book. And I am going to read Keeper of Lost Things. That is the buzzword book for March, and it is officially March 1st. So I will come back in the morning and tell y'all about Station 11 because I don't want to do it right now. I'm ready to go to bed. So I'll be back in a minute. Keeper of Lost Things, though, is going to be the last book for this video. I'll be back. Okay, it is the next morning, technically March 1st. So I finished Station 11. And I think I'm going to give it 4 stars. I was fluctuating between 3.5 and 4. I think I'm going to go with 4. And because it ended with hope. So if y'all have been here, y'all know that I love, even if it is a very disheartening book, if it ends with some kind of hope. And I'm mostly talking about fiction books because nonfiction books, you can't make it end with hope all the time. But They did that in this one, and I really liked it. It doesn't mean that everything worked out and that everybody lived. It was just that nugget of possibility that's always that always makes it better for me if it's in there. So that is what I'm going to do with Station 11, and I will be back to talk about Keeper of Lost Things. I've read 1 chapter, so I have not read enough to talk about it, but I'm going to read it more. I'm getting on an airplane tomorrow morning. So if I'm not done with Keeper of Lost Things then, hopefully I will finish it. And I will come back and tell you what I think about it. Okay, I am back. I finished Keeper of Lost Things. And I was too sick when I finished it. But I am feeling a little bit better. At least good enough for me to come talk to y'all about it. And close out this first game, our first video of our 3rd time through the Book Quest TBR. So I read 5 books this time. This one, Keeper of Lost Things, might have been my favorite out of this group. I loved it so much. So we are following, who are we following? So there's so many people in here, but it's not confusing. It's not like there's a lot of people and it's confusing. But so we're following a woman who goes to work for a writer, and she is his administrative assistant. And there's one room in his house, the study, that she's never allowed to go into. And he is a widower. So he has never had any children. His wife died. I think his wife died. Okay. I'm not going to say when, but okay. His wife died, and he has lived in this house since then all by himself, and he hires her. And she pretty much takes over and takes care of him and all of his stuff, except for this one room, his study, which he keeps locked. And he tells her that she can't go inside. So he dies. And when he dies, she gets access to the room. He has left her everything. And he says, in the study, you'll know what to do. Well, in the study, there is every lost thing that he has ever found. He has picked up, and he wrote where he was, what day it was, when he found it, and all that stuff. And he's brought it and cataloged it in his study. And so she embarks on a journey to find where these lost things go. And as she's looking through them, we get flashbacks to when they were missing. Oh my gosh, y'all, this was so good. I don't even want to call it historical fiction, although I guess it has to be, but some of it takes place in 2015 or something like that. So, I don't know. The majority of it takes place in the past, but we find out about him and what happened with him. And then it's just the best. I loved it so much. So that is a great note to end this round on. I am so excited to get into the next one and get going. So that video will be coming up soon.
I seem to be on the mend. I am very happy to be feeling better. So I will see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye.